welcome to my channel. My name is Jules and this is a video journal all about the crafty side of my life. I have not been around here on YouTube for about 10 weeks, I think. It's been quite a while. Life has been very tricky, but I'm really hopeful that things are going to change really soon. I wanted to do a quick, well, it's not my standard journal actually. It's more of a clear the decks video before Vlogmas. And yeah, I hope to do Vlogmas. I'm really excited about it. But anyway, as I said, my name's Jules. I live in West Sussex with my husband and our whippet Mabel. I have no idea what I say. I've been trying to say hello for about 5 minutes. It's so out of practice. So really, I had in mind that I'd like to do Vlogmas. I'll talk more about that later. But to do that, I felt like I just needed to clear the decks. Although I haven't got many things to show you because I've not been very knitty. I've not been very knitty. Have I been very anything? No, I've not been very anything really. Welcome to you if you're new, and a huge thank you and welcome back if you're one of my wonderful long-term viewers. I've mentioned many times on my journal about my health, and it kind of took a turn for the worse, I don't know, a while ago, and I've really been struggling. Anyway, I had some more tests done. My doctor is amazing. I see a private doctor because I've had so many health problems and just could never get to the bottom of anything. And I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia a couple of years ago, I think. And I was never truly convinced that that was what I had, but I kind of just took it and went with it, but could never really come to terms with the fact that that's what it was. I just didn't sit right with me. I don't even know why. Anyway, my doctor was telling me about a new test that they started to do for Lyme's disease, and maybe I should think about having it done. And I thought, I don't think I've got Lyme's disease either. I just didn't think I did. And the test was very expensive, and I was like, well, I don't know whether to have the test done or not. So anyway, I went ahead and had the test done, and it came back that I have 2 strains of Lyme's disease, a pneumonia bacteria and another bacteria which I can't quite remember what it was now. And so that was a huge shock, but felt really positive because it could mean that I can get better. So at the moment I'm going through treatment for it, and it's quite brutal. I'm on 3 different antibiotics, very strong ones, and every week, so every week on a Saturday, I have to go to the clinic and have IV drips and blood tests and ECGs and all the other stuff to check that my body's coping okay with the treatment. I don't feel very good on the antibiotics, but I have occasional days. Yesterday I had a really good day, and it was the second day really, I thought, oh, I think something's happening. I think I might be starting to feel a bit better. But then I woke up this morning with a really bad head pain and neck pain and just not feeling great. But I had decided I really wanted to do this journal, so it's now kind of lunchtime. I've taken some painkillers and had a lay on the sofa with my heat pad and all the things that help me feel better, and I feel quite a bit better. You can probably tell by my eyes that I'm still not quite myself, but I really miss this, and I just think it's really good for me to do this. It makes me feel good, and yeah, so here I am putting my best foot forward and doing a little video for you. So that's a bit about my health. The treatment is 8 to 12 weeks, and I'm currently currently in my 5th week of antibiotics, and I've had 4 IV drip sessions, so I've got quite a way to go yet. But as I said, I have had a couple of moments, well, yesterday was most of a day, where I felt like I could possibly feel a little bit like a normal human being would. But yeah, the treatment's hard, and it's, I think with taking antibiotics, there's always horrible side effects, and I've had plenty of those. And they're still there, and they still keep coming. But there's a blue antibiotic I only take alternate days now, and that blue one is horrible. And I was taking that every day in the beginning, so that's a really good start. So it's not a blue day today. So I'm a bit annoyed, I'm feeling a bit rubbish. But anyway, as I said, I wanted to clear the decks and show you all the things that I've made. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 and a kind of redo. So let me start with some socks first. Look at these beauties. Aren't they pretty? I can't remember when I knit these. I've been really off knitting. Knitting has made me feel so queasy. The thought of it, touching the yarn, it's not been great. But I have had times, it's coming back a bit now, but all these things, were they finished quite a while ago? I think one of the things I finished more recently, but I can't quite remember. My brain is very fuzzy, worse than usual. I bet you're thinking, why on earth are you doing Vlogmas? I think it'll be fun. I'll talk about Vlogmas a bit further on down the line, but these are my socks. Whoops, sorry, joggling the table. So these are self-striping socks, and I used my Mabel sock pattern, and I just omitted the cable, the Mabel cable. And for the heel, I did it garter stitch, which I think is really lovely. It's really squishy and delicious. Now the yarn, I don't think I know what the yarn is. Oh my goodness. It's not good. Is it not good to start? Okay, I'm pretty sure this is mustache yarn. If I can find out what yarn it is, I'll put it on the screen. I thought I saved the label. Perhaps it was called something like Advent 2020, I think. I'm so sorry, this is a shambles already. But these are my lovely socks. So they have a beanie toe, the lovely garter stitch heel, and this heel that is in my Mabel socks is a mini gusset heel. So it has a mini gusset here, and so it makes the instep, just makes this bit a little bit longer from here to here. And the yarn, oh, I just loved the yarn. It really kept me motivated and happy because the colours are beautiful. Look, so pretty. And I did a 2x2 rib. As usual, I used Chalgoo 2.25 on probably a 24-inch cable, I think. But yeah, they're really pretty, and I just really love them. The heel and toe were knit out of this pretty little mini or leftover, and this is, I believe, Dandelion and Dogwood Emily Gilmore, and it's the prettiest greyish pinky colour. It's beautiful. See, that is those. I love those. I think I may knit some more self-striping socks. I have another pair of socks which are not on a sock blocker. This is going to be a short episode, by the way. So if you're new here, this is not my normal kind of journal episode. It's much shorter. But yeah. So I knit these socks before, I believe, the stripy socks. And these are knit in, I believe I showed these in my last journal as well, which would have been number 75, because this is number 76. These were knit in Berger de France Gumi 50. I really love this yarn. The only thing I would say is the two balls were quite different, and I can't quite, yeah, so this one's quite pale and this one's quite a bit darker, but you know, I don't really mind that. It's lovely yarn. It's a little bit more rustic. I don't know if you can see kind of the little fibres popping up there, but I like it. I really like it. What did I do with these? I think I used my sweet vanilla toe up sock pattern, but for some reason I decided to do a heel flap and gusset. Who knows really what my brain was doing, but yeah, so I have another pair of socks. So these are also knit toe up. Yeah, not much else to say really about those. I feel like I spoke about these a lot in my last journal, so if you wanted, I'll put a little card at the end so you can click on and go and look at my last journal if you want to know more about these. Next up is a kind of redo. Just have some of my water. Can you believe this? I have been off coffee big time. It's coming back a bit now and I'm enjoying the odd cup, but yeah, not good. So this is my 4 points baby blanket, and I showed this in my last journal as well. And I had, what happened? Cut a little hole. When I was sewing in my ends, I think I managed to make a little hole in this. And so I have patched it with a heart. But if you watched my last journal, you'd have seen that I had, how did I do it? I think I used interfacing on some Liberty and then just stitched round the edge, hand stitched, so it had a raw edge. Didn't look very nice. I just couldn't live with it. So I have done some, what's this called? Needle turn applique. So it's the same print as before, but I cut the heart out and of the Liberty fabric, and I just turned the edges in as I stitched it on. You can get a really close up there. I love that print, it's so pretty. I think there was more details of this in my last journal as well, but the pattern is by Pearl Soho. It's a free pattern, and I used, this will be interesting, come on Jules, Drops Nord? Possibly Drops Nord in this kind of off-white colour, and Drops Nord in the Baby Bunny colour, which is not really called Baby Bunny, but if that is not Baby Bunny, what is? This colour is a Dandelion and Dogwood colourway, and I believe it's called At the Dragonfly Inn. This is also a Dandelion and Dogwood colourway, but I don't know what this one's called. It's very pretty. So yeah, that is finished now, and I can put it away. It's such a gloomy day. It's the 29th, can't believe I'm saying the date, 29th of November. I cannot believe that. It's been a very tough year, but it does feel like it's gone very quickly. I feel like there's something in the universe that's making time go fast. So my next finished thing is a Felix pullover. I started knitting this for myself, but instead of using the yarn they recommended, I think is, was it worsted? I think it was a worsted weight. I had some DK and I thought I'll just use that, I'll tweak the numbers. it'll be fine. I thought I'd worked it out. I picked a large size and I knitted away. I had some issues. I kept getting this lovely lace detail at the raglan shaping wrong. So I unpicked that 3 or 4 times. Anyway, I carried on knitting and I was like, this is very small. But fortunately or unfortunately, it fits Bryony, who is my daughter, who also works with me. It fits her perfectly. So she's been very lucky, because this also happened with my Clarendon sweater. I made that too small. I did rubbish at garments this year. I need to up my game next year, hopefully. Anyway, this fits her beautifully and she loves it. So she has got this for Christmas. It's knit from John Arbon Knit by Numbers. There'll be a link, actually, I need to say this, below this video on YouTube. There'll be show notes to a certain extent, and there'll be clickable links. So if you want to know more about this or the yarn I used or anything, click on the link. It'll take you to my Ravelry project page for it, and you'll be able to find the colour, I hope, if I've put the colour in, and what needle size I used, if I put that in, etc. I'm so sorry, this is such a shambly load of information, but it's the best I could do today. But yeah, it's really pretty. I love it. I would really like one for myself. But I have been trying so hard not to spend money, really, because my treatment is very expensive. And so I've been working from stash. And I don't ever seem to have quite the right yarn for what I want to make. So I may treat myself for Christmas, because there is a cardigan I'd like to make, but I'll talk more about that in Vlogmas. Do you want to know any more about this? The pattern is by, oh my goodness, Savoury Knitting, Amy Christophers. Maybe that's right. If it isn't right, I'll put something on the screen that is right. It's a lovely knit, actually. It's very simple once you've done this lace part here. It's on the back as well. It's really, I love that detail. So I definitely like to make one of these myself, because I think it would look really pretty over dresses, and I wear dresses a lot. So that's another Christmas present. I've got lots of handmade Christmas presents this year, all put away. And talking about Christmas presents, I made a peg bag for my mum for Christmas. Again, I'll put on the screen whose pattern this is. I did alter it a little bit. I talked about this on my Patreon. Oh, I have Patreon. Forgot to say that. I used to have YouTube members, but just recently, I think just last week actually, I switched over to Patreon. I love it. It's so good. So if you'd like to know more about what I get up to, about this peg bag, hop on over to Patreon. I have 3 tiers. It is a paid subscription site, but it's so lovely. It's so nice. And I have managed to keep, I think I missed one week's video, but I've managed to kind of keep that running, and I'm so proud of myself. Oh, we have such a lovely club of just delightful members over there, and oh, it's just lovely. So I did a little video of me making this, amongst other things. It's over there. It's like Vlogmas every week, basically. I put up videos every week. Depending on what tier you are, though, you might not have one every week. So there's a lot of detail over on Patreon with this. But basically, I did change the pattern slightly, because the pattern went quite in here. It kind of went down like that on both sides, and I wanted a more square one. It doesn't really look very square. There we go. I love the pattern, but the only thing I was a bit disappointed about is it's got raw seams and I'm not sure, can you see? I've zigzagged. I'm not sure if there's a way around that. I think there is. So one day I may kind of tweak about the pattern. The pattern was pointy for a more of a pointy coat hanger, but I had an old coat hanger that I made myself a peg bag years ago that got kind of ruined. So I'm reusing the coat hanger, and this is a very rounded top coat hanger. So I changed the pattern there as well. So I've changed the pattern quite a bit. Yeah, this is lovely Susie Watson fabric here. And in here, oh, it's treasure Laura Ashley vintage fabric. So that's my peg bag. So I'll put the link below to the pattern and the ladies tutorial, which is very good actually. Yeah, so I've not really, that's quite not much for me really. I have still got some in the makings. I haven't touched my Marit mitts. I've got 2 pairs of socks on the go, one of which I'm not really sure about. I've got my Smitten quilt, which I am actually plugging away at slowly. In fact, I think that's something we'll do for Vlogmas. We will go through my little cupboard with all my project bags in, I think, and see what I'd like to finish and what I wouldn't. I've made plans about knitting long socks and I don't know, all sorts of plans, and I've just changed my mind on so many things. I think because I've not been doing so much crafting, it's kind of given me a bit more headspace. A few months ago I would never dreamt of being able to watch the TV without crafting, but that's all I've been able to do really. I haven't been able to knit or sew or do anything some days. And some days I've been in bed all day or on the sofa all day. It's been a really hard time actually. Also, I want to kind of touch a little bit on limes because I've learned some stuff that I'm really surprised about. That my doctor was saying that Lyme's is very, very underdiagnosed, and lots of people, he believes, with ME, chronic fatigue, fibromyalgia could have Lyme's disease and not know. Apparently in Germany they're really, really good at testing and picking up on those things, but not so good here. But yeah, I just wanted to point that out in case perhaps anyone else feels that maybe they may have the wrong diagnosis. Also, you can get Lyme's disease from spiders, from mosquitoes, obviously from ticks, from animal feces, being around a lot of animals or being in the countryside obviously probably makes you more prone. But yeah, I just wanted to share that just in case the information will help anybody. I think that's kind of it. This is very, very short, but it's really lovely to be back. I hope I don't look too dark-eyed. You can always tell with my eyes. You can always tell. My mum has the eyes, I have the eyes, and Bryony have the eyes. And you only have to look at us to know how we're feeling by our eyes. And I think mine are quite dark today, even though I've really brightened up the camera and I've got tons of concealer on. I'm not feeling terrible, just feeling a bit heady. But I am now going to go and record my Vlogmas intro, and I need to do a little bit of recording for my Patreons. I've made Bryony some little gifts to go. We're kind of doing, well, Bryony made an advent calendar from one of our kits that we sell in the shop. And oh, our shop, by the way, is sosweetviolet.co.uk. We sell lots of beautiful tools and handmade things for crafters. So Bryony made up a kit, one of our advent calendar kits, into an advent calendar, and we are using that. We're putting treats in for each other, and I think we've made each other 4 or 5 handmade things. and we've got chocolates as well. So I'll be sharing that on Vlogmas. I don't know what she's made me and she doesn't know what I've made her, and I can't show you here because she watches my journals, so it's only safe to show them on Patreon, but you will see them on Vlogmas. Vlogmas will run a little late here on YouTube because my patrons get early access to my Vlogmas videos. So let's say the 1st of December, you may not get that till the 2nd or the 3rd of December, but you will have them all. I will publish them all to YouTube as well. Is there anything else to say? I hope you've all been well. As I say, I've really missed this a lot. And I've had lots of people asking if I'm going to be coming back, and here I am. I don't know how regular this will be. Certainly won't have any journals during December, but I really hope that I'm feeling better in January. I finished my treatment around Christmas time. In fact, I've got to have my last, or fingers crossed, last IV drip session. It was either Christmas Eve, that was not happening. Boxing Day, that was not happening either. So I'm going the day after Boxing Day, which is a shame I couldn't get it done before Christmas. But I'm really hoping that my tests after that point come back clear and I'm feeling much better. And I think that should be the end of the antibiotics. And then I go on to herbal antibiotics, which I think are much gentler. So yeah, that's a big catch up with my life really. So Sweet Violet's still going strongly. In fact, it's been kind of a lifesaver for me. I've really enjoyed just sitting at the sewing machine when I was comfortable enough and just sewing away merrily. It just felt really nice. I wasn't enjoying knitting, but I was really enjoying sewing on the sewing machine and coming up with lovely ideas. So there's lots of really lovely things in the shop, and we're just about to pop some more in the next couple of days. Actually, we've got lots of Christmas skinny pinnies, we've got some Christmas patchwork project bags, some patchwork notions pouches. Is that it? Can't remember. We've put so many things in the shop this last couple of months. We've been doing what we call tiny top-ups, where we don't do a big update. We just add things as we make them, and we're really enjoying that way of doing it. And it feels like there's always something lovely in the shop, and it avoids that panic. I don't enjoy shop updates, shopping them or hosting them or having them, where I feel it's stressful for everybody, including me, and people get carjacked. So this tiny top-up system, we're really enjoying it. Anyway, that's enough about that. I am going to go and have some lunch, then I'm going to film my Vlogmas intro, which I have planned already, and I think it's going to be really cute. Anyway, sending you lots and lots of love. Stay healthy and well and crafty until I see you very soon. Bye!